Hello, thank you for joining me again and welcome for another tutorial. So today we will be learning how to make pearl beaded bag the simple way. Hello and thank you again. So on my table here I have this 16mm pearl bead that we are going to use to make this bag. And I have some 6mm metallic bead over here. It's in gold color metallic bead. Okay, it's a 6mm. This one is 6mm and the pearls are 16mm. That's what we are going to use today. And I have here my 50-pound beading wire. This is the thickness of it. This is how it looks like. Okay, this is the thickness of it. Let's get started. So here's my fresh line. Okay, I cut a fresh line and we are going to start with 4 pearls and 4 gold bead. So this is the number of bead we are going to use to start with, and I'm going to start stringing the bead on the line, and in between the pearls I'm going to put the gold bead like what I'm doing over here. So I string in, and in between the pearls are gold bead like this. You pick your bead like this. Okay, so you hold your last bead and cross the other line into the last bead and pull like this. This is how it should look like. And now we are going to continue on each line, add pearl and gold bead on each line. Then we are going to cross both ends of our line into this pearl like what I'm doing over here. So we are done with 2 like this. Make it look like this, okay? And we are going to continue on each line. Each line I'm going to add the same number of bead again. Like this. You add the same number of bead. You add pearl first before the gold bead. Then cross both ends of your line into another pearl and pull. Now we have 3 done, and we are going to repeat this one more time. On each line, add 1 pearl and gold bead on each line like this. Then you cross both ends of your line into the pearl, this one. You take another pearl, cross both ends of your line into it and pull. Now we have 4 done. So this is how our weave is going, and we are going to continue to make 6 of this. Okay, I'm going to continue to make 6, and now I make 6, and we are going to turn on this 6 to make 7. All right, if you count it, it's 6. This is how it's looking like. Very pretty, very beautiful. So we are going to turn to the right on this line, add 3 pearls and 2 gold bead. 3 pearls, and in between you put 2 gold beads. So over here I'm just going to tie, because these pearls are a little bigger. I'm going to tie here before we start the second row. Okay, so when you tie, I'm going to hold one line and pull it through this bead, so I can position my line very well and continue the second row. Okay, just hold one line and pull it through that bead. Okay, pull and pull tight nicely. So pull it through this bead, this line, 3 pearls, and in between I put 2 gold bead like this. And I'm going to hold my other line and cross the last pearl and pull. You see, this is how it's looking like. So because we have gold bead in between over here, I'm just going to go direct into the next bead. So I'm going through the next bead, and I'll be adding 2 pearls, and in between I'm going to pull the gold bead. I add 2 pearls. You see the in between, I add gold bead, and I'm going to cross and pull. I'm going to go through the next bead. This is how it's looking like. Very beautiful weave, okay? Into the next bead. Two pearls, and in between you put gold bead. I'm going to go to the next. Add the same number of beads, 2 pearls, and in between you drop the gold bead in between them before you cross. Go to the next bead. 2 pearls and 1 gold bead. In between you drop the gold bead. And this is how our weave is looking like. Very firm, very beautiful. I'm going to go to the next one again. Two pearls, and in between I put gold bead. Into the next bead. So now that my line is in the last bead, okay, this line we are going to turn again to make another row. So this line I'm going to add 2 pearls and in between gold bead like this. 2 pearls and gold bead. And I'm going to hold the other line and cross and pull like this. Now we end our second row. This is how the weave is looking like. So we have to continue to make more rows of this. Now let's turn to make the third row. Let's start the third row. This line I'm going to add 3 pearls, and in between I'll put 2 gold bead. These are 3 pearls, and in between I put gold bead. Okay, that is how you are going to turn. Those are the number of beads you need to turn on it before you continue your weaving. This is how it's looking like. I'm going to go into the next bead, and I'll be adding 2 pearls, and in between I'm going to put 1 gold bead. This is how it's looking like. Very, very beautiful. So we are going to continue to weave on this. This is where I am. I'm still continue to weave. I want you to make yours, and I'll meet you back here. So we are going to continue to make 13 rows. Right here I think I made 6 rows. Okay, I complete 6 rows. So make yours and make 13 rows. This is the same weave, the same technique. That's what we are using. So here I'm ending this row with 2 pearls, and in between I put 1 gold bead over here. Okay, I'm going to tie and make sure it's secure before I continue my next row. You can tie wherever you feel comfortable. Okay, so I'm tying it right here, and let me show you one more time. The line you have 2 when you tie, so you hold 1 and pull it through the bead on the side like what I'm doing over here. Pull it through, then you position your line again to start a new row. Okay, that's how you're going to do it. So continue to make yours, and I'll come back and meet you here. Make 13 rows. Okay, so this is the weave, and here I make my 13 rows. This is how it's looking like, and I'm going to show you the simple way. You see here is 13 when you count, and here is 7. Okay, we made 7 rows, then we expand it to 13. 7 by 13. That's what we are going to. So there's a simple way to close this. I'm going to show you how to close this. Very, very simple. Not hard at all. Let me do this. Well, I want it to stand so bad. So here's my line. I pull it through the edge bead over there, and on this line I'm going to add 1 pearl on it like this. Then I'm going to hold the other side and put the end of my line, pull it through this bead. Okay, I'm going to pull through this pearl, trying to hold it and hold it firm in the camera. So I'm adding one pearl and I'm going to cross both ends of my line into this one and pull. I'm crossing both ends of my line into the pearl and pull. Like this. This is how you're going to close it. Let me see if I can put something inside so we can continue. Okay, this is better. I put that to hold it. Okay, so I'm going to go through the next bead, and this line I'm going to pull it through the other side on the opposite, and I'm going to add one bead, cross both ends of my line into it and pull into the next bead. I'm pulling this one, the right one, into the right bead, left into the left bead, the left side of the bag. Okay, like this. I'm going to take one pearl, cross both ends of the line into the pearl and pull into the next bead. Cross both ends of your line into the pearl and pull. I'm going to go through this, pull it back a little bit. Okay, this is the last pearl that we are adding over here, like this. Very simple, very easy. This is how you close the side of the bag. I'm going to pull my line through this bead and have it at the same place so I can tie before I weave the rest of the line into the bead. Go through this one. I'm going to tie over here. Tie nice. You see, tie in between the pearls and not on the pearl. Okay, tie in between it so you can put the line through one bead and hide the knot over there. So with this, I'm just going to weave the rest of the line back into the bead. Make sure it's well secured enough before I trim it off. That's what I'm doing. Weave it through and trim it off. And this is how the side is looking like. Very simple and very easy. And we are going to, this is how it's doing it, and we are going to repeat the same thing on the other side and close this side too. And now I'm done. I close both sides. What we are going to do is to put handle on it. So I'm going to use this and this bead. I'm going to put my line through this bead. Those are the two beads we are going to hook our handle on. Okay, so we are going to weave the same technique that we are using, the same pattern. We are going to repeat the same pattern. How we weave the bag, that's what we are going to repeat on the handle. So I'm just trimming the pearls and the gold bead on it. Continue to weave and make it long. You see, this is how we started, and this is what we are going to, the same way we are going to use for the handle. So you are going to weave long until you have your desired length, then you can hook it on the other side. So I'm just going to continue to weave mine and continue to make yours. Make it to your desired length, how long you want the handle to be for you, so we can attach it together. So I'm just going to continue to weave mine and make it long. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and also turn on your notification for any new video that I will be uploading, so you don't miss on any of them. So I'm just going to continue to weave my handle the same way, the same technique that we are using. That's what I'm using over here. just make one row long for your desired length, and I'll show you how we are going to hook it on the other bead. So you to continue to do yours. I'm adding one more. Just continue to make more. Now measure. I'm going to make one more additional. Okay, I think this is long enough. So this is a total count of 8 that I made. So what I'm going to do now, let me measure it to see if it's good. Okay, what I'm going to do, I'm going to add one pearl on each line. Add one, and this line too, you add one on it. So you are going to hold it and go through like this, okay? You add pearl to your line. Now I'm going to cross both ends of my line into this bead, like what I'm doing over here. Cross and pull. Pull and pull tight, okay? So this is how it's looking like already. So I'm going to pull my line to one place. I'm going to go through the bead. I'm going to go through all these beads over here, the 4, and come to one place with my line. Then I can tie them and then weave the rest of the line into the bead. Make sure you pull and pull tight. I'm going through this bead so I can have my line together. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just going to tie over here in between. I'm going to hold both lines and tie. Tie and tie neat and nice. Then I'm going to weave the rest of the line into the bead. Then after that, I'll just trim it off. Just weaving the rest of my line into the bead. This is how it's looking like. This is how our handle is looking like, and we are going to repeat the same thing on the other side. Over here, this side, we are going to repeat the same thing we did. Okay, this is how it's looking like. Very pretty, very beautiful. So if you are done, this is what you have. Very beautiful bag. So our pearl beaded bag is done. Look at how pretty it looks like. Very beautiful. You can take it wherever you want to. It's so nice. You can make it for your friends, your loved ones. Please don't forget to subscribe and also turn on your notification. Thank you for joining me again, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.